So, I know you guys haven't seen me in so long. I've been watching March Madness for the men and the women, and I'm going to be making my women's national championship video in a second. But we have the games here. We have Illinois and UConn. They're playing right now. Illinois is losing to UConn. UConn is winning 38-29. 19 minutes in the second half currently. Then we also have Michigan and Arizona, where they're going to go up against each other. And this is the Final Four to determine who's going to make the men's national championship. Now, for the women, we know that we have South Carolina and UCLA, as South Carolina beat UConn, and UCLA, they're going to beat Texas. But there's a lot of things I'm going to talk about when it comes to the March Madness for the women. I know all that stuff, so don't worry. We're gonna all get that down and everything like that. But for the men, this March Madness has been crazy. This March Madness has been crazy. Shout out to the biggest Cinderella story we can possibly say, Texas. I didn't think Texas was gonna make it this far. Iowa, also shout out to Iowa. A lot of people didn't think Illinois was going to get this far, neither. I didn't think they were going to get this far. Also, shout out to High Point University. They went out there and hooped against Wisconsin, getting that big upset win, which I was so glad because I got that pick correct. And I did pick them to beat Arkansas, which they were close to beating Arkansas, but Arkansas, they had a pretty good year this year, obviously, with Darius Acuff, DJ Wagner. They also have some other guys over there. Obviously, Alabama, they had a good year this year with Phylon and everything like that. Clemson, shout out to the hometown teams, Clemson, Furman. Shout out to them. You know, Furman, of course, they put up a great fight against UConn. I will say that. They put up a way better fight than I thought they were going to do. So let me just say that. The best rounds, obviously, we all know are the first and the second rounds and everything like that. But Furman, you did a great job. I will say this. First and second round has been the first and second round of March Madness that I've ever watched, ever. Because there are so many games that were so close that like they could upset this team, and there are so many games where it's like, is the main team that everyone thinks is going to win? You know, of course, we had North Carolina getting upset by VCU. Nobody saw that happening. Well, unless you picked them in your bracket. And obviously, we had Miami, Ohio. They lost to Tennessee, taking their second loss of the season. But, you know, Miami, Ohio, we got to still give them a whole bunch of credit. And I got to make a video about them too. But we got to give them a whole bunch of credit because people don't understand how impressive it is to go your whole season undefeated. That is very impressive. But I'll make a video about Miami, Ohio. I'll make a video about the women's national championship game. I'll make a video about High Point, all these other schools. But what we got the Final Four. UConn, Illinois, who's playing right now, Michigan, Arizona. And I have Arizona winning the whole thing. Now, I think it's going to be Arizona and UConn in the national championship, but I got Arizona winning the whole thing. But that's going to consist of this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will have more videos out there for you.